Hey, Magic fans, welcome back. This is your captain speaking here on Capnclydes MTG. Still on the old vacay, but still making videos. So, might be a little lull here around this weekend when I head back home. Might not be able to get a video on because, travel and airports and all that good stuff. But while we're here, let's take a look at the new Duskmourn spoilers because they're not too shabby. Not gonna lie, not the greatest in the world, but hey, it is what it is. They all can't be fantastic. So don't forget, comment, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Drawings coming up and giveaways the next couple of months. Check out the community page on the website of the YouTube channel, and links to the description to the eBay store and all that good stuff. Once I get home, it'll be time to start shipping again. So get your orders in now, and it'll go out first things on Monday, maybe Tuesday. Depends if my flight's delayed. God, knock on wood. Anyway, so let's get into it. First, we have the Irrelevant Gremlin. Red and 1 for this 2/2 menace creature. Whenever another creature you control power 2 or less enters, you may discard a card. If you do draw a card, only do it once each turn. Not too bad. Good for limited. I probably won't see a whole lot of play outside of that. There could be some standard chops here, only because the ability to filter through your land by laying a 1/1 or 2 something creature in a mono red deck to filter lands out to get more action could be something here, but honestly, maybe not. Then we have another new ley line. This one's the green one, the ley line of Mutation. 2 green and 4. You start with the opening hand. You can play it for free. You may pay Wooburg, which is white, blue, black, red, green, rather than pay the mana cost for spells that you cast. Not too great, anything below 5 mana. However, when you start drawing 6 and 7 and 12 mana spells, 5 mana seems pretty cheap. Next, we have Emerge from the Cocoon. That's just disturbing. White and 4. Return target creature card from the graveyard to the battlefield. You gain 3 life. Again, typical graveyard shenanigans for 5 mana. You see this a lot. It's going to be good and limited. Really about it. We have the Unsettling Twins. White and 3 for the 2/2. Whenever it enters, you manifest Dread. For those of you who don't remember what Dread does. You look at the top 2 cards of your library, put one into play face down as a 2/2, the other one in the graveyard, and you can flip up the face down card for its mana cost. Come play with us. Great callback to the Stephen King. I'm glad that they did a little shining action in here. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. I like it. Unfortunately, though, only going to be good enough for limited. This really won't be anybody's jam in standard. And past that, this thing just costs way too much to not do enough. Unless we have some weird flip cards up deck thing going on that, who knows, that may happen. Next, we have the Tunnel Surveyor, blue and 2 for a 2/2. When it enters, you create a 1/1 white glimmer enchantment creature token. Oh, the cute little bear. Great for limited, 3 mana for 3/3 worth of stuff. This does go along rather well with the white-blue card that lets you activate abilities if you have a Glimmer token in play. If you don't have one in play, it gives you one. So this is a good way to put one in play beforehand. That way you can get the ability from it. Next, we have Final Vengeance. So this is the card I want to talk a little bit about. 1 black, additional cost to cast a spell, sacrifice a creature or enchantment, exile a card. It is a sorcery, so that's a big downfall. However, sacrificing an enchantment or a creature is not that hard to do. And a 1 black card that's a removal card that exiles a creature is really good. But again, to be fair, there are cards for a little extra mana, 2 or 3 mana, that can target multiple things, not just creatures. This is going to be great and limited, don't get me wrong. Maybe I'll see some sideboard play because it's only 1 black, but that whole extra cost of sacking a creature or enchantment may be a downfall, or it could be a boon depending on what the deck's doing, but I just don't think it's good enough, but same time it does look good. So that moving forward, we have Grab the Prize. Red and 1, additional cost to cast a spell, you discard a card. You then draw 2 cards. If the discarded card wasn't a land, you get to deal 2 damage to each opponent. I mean, it's your basic discard a card in red to draw 2. With a bonus where if you didn't discard a land, you get to do 2 damage. Probably fine. It'll be fine unlimited. Maybe see standard play in a red deck that needs a little extra oomph to get across the finish line, but that's probably pushing it. Next, we have the Anthropede. That is just nightmare fuel. Anyway, green and 3 for this 3/4 with reach. When it enters, you may discard a card or pay 2 colorless. When you do, destroy target room. So this is really good for limited and decent for standard. But honestly, because of rooms are enchantments, but enchantments are not rooms, if that makes sense. Meaning this has a very narrow target range for when it comes into play. Plus, it takes 6 mana to get the extra ability. Otherwise, it's just a 3/4 reach. Probably fine for limited. If you need the extra ability, it's there. But past that, just your regular old common. Next, we have the Wary Watchdog. This is a great green creature, and it's the goodest of boys. Green and 1 for a 3/1. When it enters or dies, you get to surveil 1. Nothing like manipulating the top of your deck. Gonna be great for limited. May see a little standard play. Because, yeah, surveil's just good, and 3/1s for 2, also fantastic. Next, we have Orphans of the Wheat. This is hilarious. If I have ever seen the Children of the Corn call back, this is definitely it. But wheat? Yeah, whatever. White and 1 for a 2/1. Whenever this creature attacks, tap any number of untapped creatures you control. Orphans of the Wheat get +1/+1 to the end of turn for each creature tapped this way. So, going to be great and limited. For when you have a creature stall and you want to get one creature in, you can send this thing in, make it huge, force them to block. Might be okay for a human deck, maybe. I doubt it. Possibly standard, but we'll have to see where it goes from there. Next, we have the Unstoppable Slasher, black and 2 for this 2/3. Zombie Assassin with Death Touch, already good. Now, whenever the Slasher deals combat damage to a player, they lose half their life, rounded up. More amazing. And whenever the Slasher dies, so it has no counters on it, return to the battlefield tapped under its owner's control with 2 stun counters on it. So, this is really good because it never really dies. Unless you manage to kill it while it's tapped, which means you have to have direct damage of some kind. Because it's not a tap and they can't even block with it. But the 2/3 Death Touch is also good. So this is going to be a bomb in limited if you get one of these. May see a little, not to toot its own horn too much here, but may see a little standard play, a 3-mana 2/3 that causes their opponent to lose half their life and is almost impossible to kill. That may see some action. Next, we have the Dashing Bloodsucker, which looks like a happier version of Blade, we'll say, for the censorship versions. Anyway, black and 3 for this 2/5. It has Eerie, which is whenever an enchantment enters or you fully unlock a room, it gains +2/+0 and gains lifelink. Fine for limited, but probably not going anywhere past that because this looks like Blade's dumb brother. I mean, we'll leave it at that. Moving on. Next, we have Commune with Evil. So this is a black and 2 sorcery. Look at top 4 cards of your library, put one of them into your hand, the rest into your graveyard, gain 3 life. This is your basic black draw card spell for limited. However, it's not as good for drawing as you only get 1 out of 4 cards and 3 go to your graveyard, but maybe that's what needs to happen. So, I mean, probably playable. Definitely playable if you're doing graveyard shenanigans in black and white in limited. So that makes it an all-star. Other than that, this play I won't see any play. Next, we have the Silent Hall Creeper, blue and 1 for this 1/1. It can't be blocked. Now, whenever it deals combat damage to a player, you get to choose one that hasn't been chosen yet. Put 2/+1/+1 counters on it, make it a 3/3. You can draw a card, or it becomes a copy of another target creature you control. Now, you can only do all these things once, but for 2 mana, drawing a card is good. The creature can't be blocked. Having a 3/3 can't be blocked is also good. And an unblockable creature that is a copy of some nasty thing on your board is also amazing. So this is probably going to see some play in Limited, definitely. But in Standard, blue is not known for their beatdown. So we'll have to wait and see. Maybe this is paired in a color slash blue deck where the whole point of this card is just to copy the big nasties that they keep playing, so that this thing can get in, get them a draw card, get bigger, kill the opponent, and become a copy of something worse. So I have to wait and see. After that, we have the popular Egotist. So black and 2 for a 3/2, already a good rate. Black and 1, sacrifice another creature or enchantment. The Egotist gains indestructible in return. You tap it. Whenever you sacrifice a permanent, target opponent loses 1 life, you gain 1 life. So this is really good for Limited and Standard. It says permanent, so as you know, Fable Passage was just put back into Standard. So if you put this into play and then sack your Fable Passage, opponent loses 1 life, you gain 1 life. This may be the ultimate card for all those Aristocrat decks out there and Aristocrat builds, as the opponent loses a life, and you gain a life for everything that's sacked. Kind of interesting, it's only an uncommon, but hey, it is small and killable. So, you know, it is what it is. So, with all that said, guys, thanks a lot for watching. I do appreciate it. Hope to see you soon. And as always, until next time, be kind. And I hope to see you across from the game table.